Shalom, welcome to the Jewish Task Force, JTF. My name is Chaim Ben Pesach. This program is dedicated to Refuah Shlema, which means a complete recovery, for Bob Mittman and Ruth Capuano. The Manchester Union Leader, a newspaper in New Hampshire, has decided to endorse the left-wing, phony, corrupt candidate called Newt Gingrich. And, you know, this shouldn't be surprising. Anyone who knows anything about the Manchester Union Leader should know what this newspaper's all about. They supported the Nazi Pat Buchanan for president. Pat Buchanan is a Nazi who wrote a book saying that Hitler was misunderstood and basically defending and justifying Hitler. He's written columns praising Hitler, calling him a soldier and courageous. I mean, what an outrage. Referring to the most evil beast that has ever lived in positive terms. That is Pat Buchanan, a vicious anti-Semite, a vicious enemy of everything righteous and good. And by the way, if you go against God's people, you will be cursed and destroyed. I will bless them that bless thee and curse them that curse thee. That's the message of the Bible. So Pat Buchanan and anyone who supports him is an enemy of God, and you'll be destroyed. And the Manchester Union Leader endorsed him in 1992 when he ran for president, in 1996 when he ran for president. They wanted this Nazi monster to be president of the United States. And then 4 years ago, the same Manchester Union Leader endorsed John McCain for president. And the Manchester Union Leader, they are responsible. They're responsible for the election of Barack Hussein Obama to the presidency. Why? Because it was their endorsement of John McCain that enabled McCain to narrowly win the New Hampshire primary. That saved his candidacy. He was on the verge of extinction. He got almost no support in Iowa. He was in terrible shape. He had very little money. His campaign had imploded. And the Manchester Union Leader came in and rescued him with their endorsement and enabled him to gain momentum and to narrowly beat Mitt Romney in the New Hampshire primary 4 years ago. The result was that McCain, because of that, and because the news media were promoting McCain because they knew he was a loser, they knew that he was going to be beaten by Obama, and because he was the most left-wing Republican candidate, the media kept promoting McCain, and he had a lot of momentum, and then he started raising money, and then he went on to win the nomination, and as soon as he won the nomination, surely enough, what we predicted, we warned that if he gets the nomination, he's going to lose disastrously, and that's exactly what happened. Obama was elected, thanks to the Manchester Union Leader endorsing John McCain 4 years ago. So they support the Nazi Pat Buchanan, and they'll support John McCain for president. They gave us Barack Hussein Obama. That's this newspaper. They call themselves conservative. They're conservative. What a joke. What a farce. And now they support Newt Gingrich. He's the other so-called conservative. What lunacy, by the way, we have in this country today. Newt Gingrich passes for conservative. Newt Gingrich, who advocates amnesty for 20 million illegal aliens, he passes for conservative. And by the way, I'm not just talking about what he said in the debate that they had recently, the presidential debate where he spoke about amnesty and he spoke about how we have to be humane to illegal aliens. He has always been an advocate of giving amnesty to illegal aliens. He pushed for the law in the 1980s that gave amnesty to millions of illegal aliens and opened the door to the tragedy and the disaster that we have today because of this. Newt Gingrich, not only on the issue of amnesty for illegal aliens, Newt Gingrich wants to initiate an education project with Al Sharpton. He got together with Al Sharpton and said, together we're going to work on education for American youth. We're going to educate American youth with Al Sharpton, who doesn't even speak English, who talks like this. My name is Al Sharpton. That's how he speaks. A racist and an anti-Semite Al Sharpton, responsible for the murder of 6 innocent people at Freddy's. One of his demonstrators that were demonstrating outside the store, Freddy's was a white-owned store in Harlem, and Al Sharpton was demonstrating and saying, you're a white interloper, you're not allowed to do business in Harlem. That's the type of anti-white racism that Al Sharpton is guilty of. And he's responsible for the Crown Heights pogrom in which Uncle Rosenbaum was brutally murdered by a Nazi mob. And he works with Louis Farrakhan, the Black Hitler. That is Newt Gingrich's big friend. Newt Gingrich said he wants to do an education project together with Al Sharpton. And Newt Gingrich wanted to work on health care, supporting Hillary Clinton, and decided to join together with her to work on health care, and supported a mandate similar to what Barack Hussein Obama has done nationally. He supported a mandate on health care, which means socialized medicine. And Newt Gingrich got together with Nancy Pelosi on climate change, which means stopping America from becoming energy independent. It means preventing clean coal and natural gas, which are essential to making America independent, energy independent. And I could go on and on. I mean, this guy has a record of corruption and evil. He started out as a Nelson Rockefeller Republican. He entered politics supporting, the first person he supported was Nelson Rockefeller for president. You know what Nelson Rockefeller was? He was the ultimate symbol of extreme left politics in New York. He was the governor of New York. He destroyed New York State. He bankrupted and destroyed New York State. We're still suffering from Rockefeller's left-wing policies. That's who Newt Gingrich supported for president. That was the first candidate Newt Gingrich worked for and supported for the presidency. Nelson Rockefeller. This is the so-called conservative? This guy who gets his money from Fannie Mae? He is a conservative? Are you kidding me? Who works with all the multinational corporations that also, by the way, what an amazing coincidence. He wants all the illegal aliens here, and so do the multinational corporations because it's cheap labor. They're the ones who give money, tens of millions of dollars, to all of his so-called foundations and organizations. What a racket he started. As soon as he left, as soon as he was thrown out of being speaker, he was fined, by the way, hundreds of thousands of dollars for his illegal ethics violations. He was kicked out as speaker in corruption scandals. And as soon as he got out of that, he went into private businesses, racketeering and ripping people off and using his position to lobby and influence in an illegal and unethical manner. And that doesn't even begin to touch upon what an example he would set for the American people and for American youth. What an immoral example he would set. He's in his third marriage now. He cheated on every one of his wives. The first time, he went to his wife when she was in the hospital recovering from surgery. She thought she had cancer. Fortunately, she didn't. It was benign. But she had a growth, and she thought she had cancer. She was recovering from the surgery. And Newt Gingrich came to the hospital to argue with her and fight with her about the terms of the divorce because he wanted a divorce so he could marry a younger woman that he was having an affair with while he was married to his wife. And by the way, that younger woman got hers because as soon as he married her, he started an affair with another young woman. He started cheating on her and then divorced the second wife to marry the third wife that he's currently married to. He has cheated on everybody. He's backstabbed everybody. He's lied to everybody. The people who serve with him in Congress are all against his candidacy. There's nobody that he hasn't backstabbed. And this is who they're going to make the Republican nominee for president? Can you imagine what the Democrats and the news media will do with this type of record if Newt Gingrich is the Republican candidate? I mean, this will be, they'll have a party every day, the media, exposing him. I mean, this will be, he'll be worse than John McCain was. Newt Gingrich must not be the Republican nominee for president. We must oppose him and defeat him and prevent him from getting the Republican nomination. Voters in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Florida, all the early primaries and caucuses, wake up. Stop this, because if you don't, we're going to have 4 more years of Barack Hussein Obama, and this time he doesn't have to run for re-election. He'll never face the voters again, so he'll be especially dangerous now. He'll do terrible things. It'll be a disaster. This might destroy America. This literally might destroy America. Newt Gingrich must not be allowed to get the Republican nomination for president. Period.